New brawler Mr. P has a broken ability and a really good attack. Is he gonna need an instant nerf? Let's discuss how good Mr. P really is. That's right, today's sneak peek video is all about Mr. P, the new brawler. So that means the next sneak peek video is gonna be about Hot Zone. So if you don't want to miss that, definitely subscribe so you get the videos. But of course, let's talk about Mr. P, the Penguin Man. I mean, look, he's going to be a pretty solid brawler. He is a mythic, which means he's going to be very hard to get, unfortunately. But stay with me. He's going to be a very interesting brawler that you will want to get. Of course, you want all brawlers. And you can see the star power icons. They're not finished yet. That's why they look like they are. Now, once he's live in game, of course, he'll have actual icons. But in dev build, it's just not done yet. Now, first of all, Mr. P is going to be a pretty good brawler. But let's figure out what's good about him and what's not exactly and how he works. First of all, you can see his stats here. His range is pretty dang long. It's actually gonna end up slightly longer than Piper's depending on how it's done, and we'll show you more exactly here. And actually, before we look at his star powers, let's go ahead real quick, show you him in training cave so you can get a great idea of how exactly he works. Now, first of all, I just want to show you exactly how his home base, as it's called, works. There's only gonna be one porter robot, is what they're called, available at a time. You can only have one on the field, but it can spawn an infinite amount of those little porter robots. So basically, if you put it in the back of the map, it will just keep on spawning the whole game one at a time. And you can also see it actually didn't die there because that shooter robot sucks, apparently. But it takes about 2.8 seconds to respawn, 2.9 from after it dies for the next one to respawn. And it's going off the screen here, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. 364 per attack. It's got 2,100 health as well, so not much health. Really, these little spawnable robots, they're not going to be good for damage, but what they are going to be good for is wasting enemy shots. And this is going to be one of those things that doesn't seem incredibly strong, but actually is going to be useful. You may not notice the impact as much because it's just kind of on the field and it's just infinitely there, just kind of in the background, really, but it is going to be helpful. Now take a look at his burst potential here in a comparison with Colt, and don't look at the DPS, look at the total health left on the robot. About 2,000 more health damage wise done by Colt. So you can see Mr. P, not a very high burst damage brawler, and this is with literally every attack hitting. Now, he does have some damage potential if everything is hitting, but it's not crazy high. And then looking at the range, it is when the suitcase explodes and goes the extra distance, it is going to end up as a longer range than Piper, and when it doesn't, it's going to be shorter than Piper, although really when it's longer, it's only very slightly longer. Really, it's longer because of the explosion as opposed to the exact middle of the explosion. Now, looking at the star powers, the first one is going to be the one that you are going to use 90 to 95% of the time. It's whenever Mr. P attacks, his suitcase will automatically explode. It'll do that second bounce. Normally, if you don't have the star power, it only explodes or jumps in the air when you hit an enemy or you hit a box, something like that. That's the only time it's going to do that. But with this star power, it does it every single time. So it's basically like a range extension, which is really useful. Trust me. The other star power, you're probably only going to use in Showdown because all it does is give you 3,000 more health to your home base. But let's be real, if you're playing any 3v3 mode, you're putting it in the back of the map so it spawns forever and you don't even have to worry about it. So this star power completely useless almost in 3v3. In Showdown, you can use it to help tank for you, and that's probably it. So I'd say the first star power is like an A tier star power, definitely solid, will help, not completely needed, not reliant upon it, but good. And the second star power, probably like D tier, probably one of the worst star powers in the game. In my opinion, they should replace the star power because it's just not how you want to play the super. You play it far back away from enemies, so the health, not a good addition. My opinion, change it to something like when the porter home base explodes, 2 or 3 of those porters pop out. I think that could allow some really interesting play with his super. Now, how good is Mr. P? Really? We're gonna take him for a spin in all the game modes and put him in in a tier for every mode explaining why he's really good in that mode or not. But just some overall tips with Mr. P. First of all, he's really good at scouting safely from a distance. With his long range and his first star power, he can scout really easily. And he's really good at that. He's gonna match up really well versus a lot of long range brawlers because of his range and his slightly higher health than most of them. On top of that, if you have his super up and it's behind him in the same lane, he's actually gonna be deceivingly hard to kill, because you may think, all right, I got Mr. P to around half health or a quarter health, I'm gonna go in and finish him off. But then all of a sudden a 2,000 health obstacle comes in your way, and it comes in your way every couple seconds if you're not paying attention, and that can definitely make it a lot harder to kill Mr. P than you would think. By the way, really quick, his skin, it's gonna cost 30 gems. This is it right here. No new attack animations. The attack animation is the exact same. The super's gonna end up being the same. Here you go for reference. It's the same. 30 gems. Now let's start off Mr. P in Solo Showdown here. I think it's gonna be more of a C tier or maybe even a D tier brawler in Solo Showdown. Partly because he doesn't have any escapability. He doesn't have anything that can just help keep him alive in a pinch like some brawlers do, like Mortis can escape, Daryl can escape, or any fast move speed brawlers. Now you will notice when you attack boxes, he does get the effect, so that's definitely very useful. And there's another thing I want to show you with Mr. P, specifically in Showdown here. Once I get my super here, I can show you. Alright, so look, I'm going to just go ahead and place this down right here. And you'll notice, well, once it dies, so it's got 3,300 health right now, right? But look, I picked up a couple power-ups since then. And the next one that spawns, it increases. So if you place it down, the porters will increase in power level as you pick up power cubes here. But the home base health will not. So this can definitely be useful. The best part about the turret is honestly finding enemies and scouting them out. It's really not going to help you get many kills. And you can see sometimes too, you're not really going to be hitting a ton of his bounce shot effects. But this is where he can be more of a C tier brawler, because you can sort of scout people out. But again, I have a ton of power-ups. If you're playing with low power-ups, he's not going to do much damage, not going to match up well. Now in Duo Showdown, I think he's slightly better, more of a B tier brawler, because teammates can overcome the weaknesses that he has. But look, you can also see I can just attack the wall and I can sort of scout like this. So he's kind of like a thrower in a sense like this, where he can attack over walls in a way, and it actually makes it really difficult to avoid Mr. P in that sense. So he has some really solid attributes, but he's also not a high damage brawler. Now Mr. P in Gem Grab is going to be really interesting. He could potentially be a gem carrier, or at least he'll be a decent support. But because right, he has long range, so it can help him really well as a gem carrier. But he doesn't exactly have high survivability. This Pam could destroy me right now. Alright, yeah, I just went down, man. That's what I'm saying, like, he's kind of low health, even though he has long range. And maybe you can say the turrets will protect him, kind of. But will they? We'll have to see. So we're just going to go ahead, place it down in the bag, and you'll see how much of an effect this has on the game. It's really not going to be as much as you would think. So I think Mr. P is at least a B tier brawler here. Man, I went down again. Let's see if my turret didn't really do much there. The porter. And again, this is where, like, I have another super now, but do I even care to use it? Not really. I mean, I just got destroyed by M's. This is where I'm not quite sure exactly how strong Mr. P is, because he is kind of low health, but he definitely has ability. I think because he has a really unique attack that can hit situations, or hit some, like, hard to reach areas. I think once people get used to Mr. P, he is going to actually be a really good brawler in competitive play, but I'm not quite sure if he's going to be great with randoms or great with people who don't really know how to use him incredibly well. This Primo's going to do a classic El Primo thing. Go into the enemy spawn and give them all the gems. Thank you so much, El Primo and Nita. Come on, no, wait, that's count. Wait, I need to steal gems. I need to steal gems. Where is this Rico? Where the heck is this Rico, man? Alright, Nita, can you clutch? Nita, get the gems and walk away. Nita's gonna go die. Yeah, okay, so Nita left all the gems in their spawn. Why did Nita not retreat, though? Come Come on, man. Now, Brawl Ball, I think Mr. P is not going to be good in. More of a D tier brawler, maybe C tier if people figure out really great uses for his attack here. Wow, so they all grouped up there, which is... Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I'm a pro player. Pro place. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any way to stop enemies from scoring, really. It doesn't break walls. Doesn't, and I don't, and the turret, of course, will reset every time someone scores a goal. So I really do not think this is going to be the best mode for him. Alright, let's place this down here. So we got our turret up here. Hopefully this can help us get a little bit of control back. But I mean, he's just not a high damage brawler. He doesn't have stopping power, really. He's more of an annoyance. He's kind of like Gene, except Gene has that finishing ability with his super where he can get instant kills. So this is more of a support Gene, in a sense. Here you go, Max. Can you score? Probably not. Okay. But really, all we can do is set our teammates up for good situations. And that's it. Now, Heist, I think Mr. P is going to be more of a C tier brawler, maybe D tier, and it could just be he needs more testing in Heist, because there is something I want to show you, because with his range, you can definitely attack the safe more than you would think, and he does have that thrower type role where you can attack. They have a mortis. And why did my team all just die to a penny shot? Oh my, why are my bots so bad? I can't show what I want to show. All right, look, we'll throw down our turret here. This will help us a little bit. But there is one really interesting thing with Mr. P on this map. I can actually attack the safe by hitting this wall here. Pay attention to the safe health. Every one did about 2% damage. So again, we can go up here and technically do this. But of course, you'd much rather actually literally hit the safe, because then you will get both things to hit. So that is a great sort of cheeky long range thing. Jeez. But I mean, look, interesting. I can sort of defend myself here against this Brock, kind of, although he just supered me and was invincible. Besides that. But alright, just throw the turret in the back, let it get to work, and that's pretty much it. Is it gonna do that much? Hey, you got the kill there. Alright, Brock, buzz off, man, and he's going for the safe. What? The penny shot killed me again. Moving on, his best mode is definitely gonna be Bounty. He matches up well versus majority of all the long-range brawlers. He does great scouting, and his super is actually gonna be really useful in Bounty. He is gonna be S tier in this mode, no question. And really, really good. The super is going to help him and his teammates stay alive, and it's going to scout out enemies automatically for you, because it's just going to go to the closest one. So it's going to be really good, and even without his super, he can scout out pretty well in this mode. So this is definitely his best mode. Automatically one of the... Oh, my battery's almost dead. He's automatically one of the best brawlers in this mode. Definitely top 5 for Bounty. Maybe top 3 even. Wouldn't be surprised. Can we beat bots? Alright, we got a lead. I think we can win this. Now, Siege, I'm not exactly sure. He could be decent in this mode because he could be great at getting control. I think he's more of a C tier brawler, but I actually think he has B tier potential in Siege. I think he could end up being pretty solid. He's not going to be great at getting bolts, right? He's going to be helping you establish map control with his robots constantly coming on the field and allowing hopefully easier killing of the enemy robot. So we're gonna place this over here, and these will just obviously keep on spawning and help us defend here. So these will get in the way of the robot. They'll help kill the robot. Really, they're more of a meat shield. This is where I could have placed it more in the back. Oh, are any of my teammates gonna help defend this robot? Hello? Okay, at least my little penguin robots here. Oh my gosh. I hate having bot teammates. Alright, at least I can rely on my penguin thing to keep on respawning. Alright, scout him out. Scout him out. Okay. Easy kill with the penguin defending. Oh, why did you walk into the range there? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and place this closer to our safe there. That way it actually will get in the way of the enemy. Oh my gosh, Penny. Why? Alright, so overall, what tier is Mr. P? Honestly, I think he's more of a B tier brawler with A tier potential. If people in the competitive scene can really figure out the best way to use him, I do think he could be A tier, but for the average person, I definitely think he's more of a B tier brawler. Hot Zone sneak peek coming soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. And if you missed any other sneak peeks, check them out right over there. That is going to be it for today's video, though. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.